Hi, Brian. It was tied at 17-17. What do you think changed after that?
We lost Hauser and Tatum for sure. That was the biggest issue. Those guys hit threes, and that's extended the lead. We had a little trouble scoring that stretch, but those guys got open looks, and that's what changed the game.
What was it like as they did get hot from three, the Celtics, and you guys tried to kind of turn the tide in that area?
Yeah, we didn't do a great job in the first half. They got away from us in that first quarter. We got a little bit more under control in the second, but again, they made shots that were a rhythm. We didn't take away those shots. That was the disappointing part for us. But the good part, again, we showed resiliency in the second half. A lot of guys who had to play extended minutes because of some of the circumstances. Those guys played their hard as they possibly could, and we ended up winning the second half.
Brian, how's Gino doing?
Uh, you know, came down on someone's foot during the game. We'll see how he responds.
I wonder what the conversation you were having with your guys on offense early in the first half, when obviously they're undersized against Celtic starters and everything, and relying a lot on the three ball. Are you trying to get them to move the ball more and stick to the perimeter, or do you want them to drive at that point? What's the conversation?
It's always following the principles that we talk about. Defend. We want to get out and play with pace, and then we want to get into the paint and attack and kick out for threes. I thought we actually had some good looks that didn't go in early. That contributed to some of the run. But we also got a little stagnant at times too.
Coach, what did you make of Justin Champagne's performance?
I thought Justin was great. Late addition to the starting lineup. He's been positive when we put him on. We put him on Tatum. Great learning experience for him. Rebounded well, and then he makes good decisions when he's on the court. So I thought it was a positive night for him.
As a whole, a lot of people say that young fringe NBA players play harder because they want to prove their worth. What did you make of just as a whole the young guys today, like Johnny, Justin, Jules Bernard, those guys?
I think those guys have been pretty much the same every time they play. They come out, they play with an edge, they play defense, they try to do the right thing. So I've always been pleased with any time those guys have gotten an opportunity. Shows that their level of preparation, obviously our level of communication, our one organization with our G League staff, the Go-Go. So those guys, whenever they're called upon, they're always ready.
An increasingly rare off night for Corey offensively. What did they do to limit him?
I don't think it was as much something they did. He had some good looks early. We tried to go a different direction with some other guys to give some other guys some minutes, but I don't worry about Corey and his shooting. This guy makes shots. That's what he does.
You mentioned Sam and Tatum kind of getting loose in the first half. What would you have actually like to see better from your defense as far as guarding?
With Hauser, that's what he does. He's catch and shoot guy. Try to take him off the line. He got loose a little bit on some scrambles, some offensive rebounds, and a little bit in transition. So he got it in a variety of ways. Tatum's going to make tough shots. You try to make that as tough as possible. I thought he got a couple easier looks than we probably would have liked. He's going to make some tough ones. You're going to have to live with those.
What can you take from the last game against the Rockets going into Tuesday?
I think there was always lessons to be learned. We can take what we learn. We'll take a look at the film. We'll dig into it. We got a couple days to prepare, so we're ready for the opportunity on Tuesday.
For your start, how do you feel?
Felt good. A little bit nervous at first, but I put in a lot of work to get here. So just trying to trust myself, and my coaches have played. My teammates trusted me, so it felt good.
How did it feel getting tough defensive assignments against Jason Tatum and the guys you guarded?
That's tough. Obviously, he's one of the better players in the league. He's one of the best players in the league. So had to take my little lumps today. He scored a lot, but just go back and watch the film and just see where I could be better. Kind of pick from the game and just always try to constantly get better. But it felt good to get out there and compete for sure.
Justin, you're being put in such a hard situation at the end of the season where you're being called on and this team really needs you. But like you said, you have to go up against guys like Jason Tatum. How do you mentally kind of prepare for that task, really? And then what do you do to break down film when you go through it afterwards?
Well, I had no clue I was going to start today until I got to the game. But just pretty much a lot of just mental notes to myself, you got this, trust yourself, trust your work, trust the stuff that they've been telling you, coaches, teammates, and also before the game I was on the iPad trying to watch some of the stuff that they do, but no, it's just being mentally tough. I feel like basketball is 80% mental and 20% physical, so just trying to keep that in mind and go out there and just do what they need me to do.
I asked Coach this just about young guys having a chip on their shoulder, wanting to prove their worth. Just being on a two-way contract, do you feel like that's the case? You got a chip on your
Oh
shoulder?
yeah,
and you wanna prove-
100%. I've always been that way since I was a kid. Since I was 8 years old maybe. I always felt like I had something to prove. I always been doubted out, counted out, and whatever it may be. So just for me, when I get my opportunity to go out there, I'm gonna show every time that I know I belong.
Jordan, what do you take away from this game when you guys have so many injuries and are relying on a lot of different people and playing weird lineups and everything like that?
It's a league. It's the best league in the world. We got a good chance to get some other guys in today, get some reps. They put a lot in that second half, which is good for their on-ball reps and everything that they've been working on. Coming off a back-to-back, it's tough to bring some energy, but we continue to fight to the end, and I just got to learn from it.
It was obviously different for you when you were in your first and second year and everything like that, but do you remember what the challenge is like of just kind of being called on like that and you're not used to playing those minutes or guarding guys like that, and how difficult is it, or can you kind of speak to what those guys are being asked to do here?
Yeah, I don't think anything in the league is easy, and that goes for anybody, but just staying ready, staying locked in and paying attention to details for the scouting report, knowing who we play, personnel, just as a fan of the game. That goes for everybody on our team, and it's such a long season. People get hurt just throughout the course, whether it's a late scratch, whether it's a couple weeks. So guys just got to stay ready when their number's called and get that opportunity and show all the work that they put in.
What do you think changed after it was like 17-17? You guys got off to a pretty good start, and then they were able to build a pretty large lead.
They're a really good team. They got some open looks. They went on a nice little run. I think they might have hit like 3 or 4 threes. Got a couple layups. They kind of heated up early in that first half. I want to say late first quarter, early second quarter. You got to find ways to get stops, honestly. Go back to the drawing board.
And just what was it like trying to defend the three-point line tonight after they got off to that hot start? You guys tried to make the necessary adjustments.
They have really good personnel for the type of offense that they run. Sam got hot tonight. He had a huge game for them. So when they're able to space the floor like that, it kind of opens up driving lanes, and they move the ball. They've been playing together for a while. A lot of high IQ players, and they were just finding the open man tonight. So just got to find ways to try to cut their water off early and go from there.
What are some of your initial impressions of Justin? What he brings to the table and how he plays?
Yeah, really good player. Can space the floor, really good shooter. Knows how to play the right way. Knows how to drive and kick. Knows when to get off of it. Knows how to create or relocate and get into open space. And he competes on the defensive end. So he had a good game tonight. He was aggressive. We told him to go out there and just kind of play his game. He had the opportunity to. He got a start, and he's out there for 36 minutes. So it was really good for him.